my name is Alexandra and welcome to my studio. I have a new design. It's small, but it's cute and it's perfect for the season, and it's called Baby Chloe. And the reason it's called Baby Chloe because it's a baby hat. And I have a adult version of this hat that I'm gonna show you in a minute. I was a little bit of history behind it. I was planning to make a gift for one adorable baby, and I already have quite a few baby patterns published, but I wanted to do something different, and I had a very specific kind of idea in mind. So I thought, like, maybe I will adjust my adult Chloe pattern to do a baby hat, and it's going to be just a quick knit. It's just a matter of finding the right yarn. And it wasn't a quick knit, so it took me actually 2 weeks to finalize it, and I decided to write it down. And I thought, okay, I put so much work already, so why I would, I decided to publish it in case if you want to make baby hat for somebody or you're going to have a baby, you're having a baby, or it makes a beautiful gift and Christmas is coming. So here it is. So I used fingering weight yarn, and I used Magpie Swanky socks. So it's not my first time I was using it, and I have to say I could not be happier with the yarn choice for this design, because it's got merino wool, a little bit of nylon, and cashmere. And what cashmere does, it kind of relaxes yarn, and so it drapes slightly differently. So I made these samples for this hat in just merino wool, and they're wonderful, nothing wrong with them. But again, this cashmere relaxes the yarn, it drapes differently, and it's, of course, makes it slightly more squishy, and it's got a sheen as well. So I do recommend this yarn, but again, you can use anything you want. So I was lucky to find this particular yarn in my local yarn shop. It's called McKinney Knittery. I'll put the link below. And this pom-pom, I got that too. And I was also looking for a nice kind of off-white, shade of off-white. And that's what I found. I found this yarn in Magpie Fibers, because it's like off-white could be more yellow. A lot of time it's actually yellowish and it doesn't look very pretty, but I thought it was just perfect. And it's actually more on the cooler side, which I love, and you can combine it with any pom-pom. So I decided to go with this, like a very light shade of pink, but this pom-pom, it has a snap. So I can unsnap it and use it without, or change the color. So it's very kind of, and base is very neutral, but of course you can use any color you want. So here it is, Magpie Fibers Swanky Socks. And this pattern comes in 2 sizes. So this one I have, it's from 6 months to 12. And this sample is from 0 to 3, and I put it actually on the yarn on the bowl of yarns to show you the crown, because I'm actually very happy with the crown here. And as you can see, it's not your typical 2x2 or 3x3 cable design. So it looks a little bit more elaborated, which is actually not hard to do at all. But to kind of exit this cable pattern and make a nice, like a nice crown, that was a little bit challenging. So it took me quite a few tries. So when you read the pattern and you read crown shaping, every row is different. So it's not difficult, it just, you have to pay attention. But I wrote it this way because, again, I made a lot of tries, and I was finally happy with this crown, and that's why I wrote it the way it's written. So yeah, so 0 to 3, 6 to 12. Okay, so what else you need? So 1 skein will make you both hats, and that's how much is left. You will need US 3 and US 1 16-inch long needles, circulars, and I use Chiago. That's the only needles I use. You can use whatever you use. And to do the crown, you also need a double points in US 3 just to finish it. And first time I was using a cable needle for the cables, and it's by Coco. And I usually use plastic or wood just because they're less slippery, but I love this cable needle. I absolutely love it. So I do recommend it. And you need 6 stitch markers because it's important to know where you are and keep track of your repeats. So, and of course, you need my pattern. So the pattern is 4 pages long, and it has more pictures, written instructions, row by row, and chart as well. So for you who are chart people, I like both. I like to have both. So everything is here. Okay. So a little bit about the design. So you start, actually, I'm going to show, I have this little swatch here. So you start with US 1 and you work for 1 inch, the ribbing, and then you have to work 1 increase row. The reason is because this cable pattern is pretty dense. It's interesting, but it takes a lot of stitches. So if I cast on for the whole, like, for the hat, the final amount of stitches that I need for a cable pattern, the ribbing actually turns out very loose and kind of flares out. And I didn't like that. And I decided to cast on smaller amount of stitches, and it's indicated in the pattern, how many stitches exactly. And then when you're done, when you work 1 inch, you do 1 row of increasing. And it's very specific, like this row is very specific. And if you're wondering why I wrote this in this specific way, is because I tried to do, again, very nice and graceful transformation from the cable, not from the cable, from the ribbing to the cable. And I like how it looks here. It looks almost commercially finished, but it took me a little bit of figuring out how to increase it and where. So that's why it's written this way. But it's very straightforward, and all stitches are described. So it's, I mean, if you ever done cables and knitting and around, you should not have any issues with it. So, and then you switch to US 3 needles and work the cable pattern. And then you start decreasing for crown shaping. And then at some point, you will switch to double points to do this. So again, it's not like it looks more, cable pattern looks more intimidating than it actually is. It's actually pretty simple. So the crown is more involved than this part. So, okay, what else? Oh, I wanted to show you the parent for the baby Chloe is this hat right here. And it's called Just Chloe. And I love this hat. And as you can see, it's much longer. So it's actually really nicely like a slouching back. I love slouchy hats. And it's got a pom-pom as well, removable. And it's got beads. You don't have to put beads on, but I'm a big fan of adding extra texture. And in this case, I was also using Swanky socks. I forgot the name of this color. It's on Reverly. And it comes in gorgeous colors. And first time ever, I was using glass beads, but in matte color. So they're not shiny, and I loved it. So I actually, I'm a big fan of matte beads now after this project. And I want to show you, like, again, you can make it with any fingering weight yarn. And it takes practically the 1 skein because, again, the cable pattern is pretty dense and it's a generous size hat. So, but this hat looks like it's brand new, right? Like I just blocked it. It actually been worn so many times by me and my daughter. So, and I'm actually very impressed with the yarn. The reason I'm mentioning it to you, because it's not peeling, it's not stretched out, like it looks like it's brand new hat. And so this yarn went through a lot of testing, I guess, and I'm very happy. So I'm gonna buying, like I'm gonna start making it soon, actually, for holiday gifts for, special friends, and adult hats and a baby hats, because like so many people I know having babies now. And I'm gonna go with this yarn, Swanky Socks by Magpie Fibers. So they're not difficult to find. Like if your local yarn store doesn't have it, just search online, you will find it. Love it. And it has a cashmere and it feels so good. So Chloe, baby Chloe, and it makes a beautiful gift as a set for a parent and for the baby. So that's it for today. So I hope you like my new design. Sign up for my channel if you haven't done so, and I'll see you soon. Bye.